From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
On one, right?
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Black. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
To throw again on second down. Burrow, he sets to fire deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Chase Young.
Okay, ready?
The Dolphins at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in Week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still get.
This is intercepted. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
11
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
11. Burrow on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Here we go.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Burrow.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Gun. Cut. 11.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. Here we go now on 1st and goal. 11 empty pace.
Now it's Burrow. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And they'll get it down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
we go.
Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go.
Mixon is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
On 1, ready?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On second and 12,
Tua. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
and they're able to get this one across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now this throw caught left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He's going to air one out. Touchdown!
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Tua going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Blue striker.
To throw again on second down. Tua. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. On the move past the 40. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Tua now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to pass. Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Let's go now. Shot, 17. Switch, yellow.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Trouble, 38. Ultra, go ultra. Ready.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
6, mega.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Ready.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
You, yellow. Red, yellow.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back.
Gun.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
He finds his running back, Mixon.
And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
I'm 1, ready?
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
12.
Burrow will throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here we go.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr. in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua, a final shot before half. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of them?
He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Right back to him on first down. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 and now, 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Alec Ingold there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
He's got him, and now look at this, big gain, but a fumble, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action. Now it's Tua. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch out now. 50 series. 5, 97. 10.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Blaster, 6. 560. Ready.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Blue.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career. And he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11. 11 Thomas. 11 empty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Ready?
On play action, here's Tua. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Ready.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Tua to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. First down, here's Burrow. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On second down, here's Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Eleven.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. 12. Now Burrow. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Miami. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Tua. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
On 1, ready? 12, 12, 12, stop.
Mixing up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bengals are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point kind of knuckling home, but it is good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Down.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
11 empty. Stop.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
11 Thomas. 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
11.
3rd and goal, Burrow. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. McPherson on for the point after. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they take a knee. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Bengals, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.